Welcome back. Again, my name is Kepper. We're doing this two-part video series, astrology and fasting. Using astrology to enhance your fasting experience. Again, in our first video, um, we talked about basically sidereal astrology in comparison to tropical astrology. We talked about fasting a little bit, but I want to get more into cyclic fasting because it's so important that most of us will get inspired to do a fast. There may be some life event happening, there may be some significance in terms of your health that's happening. I mean, a lot of different reasons we'll fast, but essentially fasting is going to make the biggest impact on your life when you make it something that is habitual, something that happens in a cyclic fashion. So, yes, we can fast with the seasons, being the shifts in the sun cycle with the equinox and the solstices. However, I find that fasting one day a week to be a powerful practice. Now, I can just tell you, okay, fast one day a week. However, I thought with this video, we can go into the astrology of each day of the week and really break down the pros and cons of fasting a particular day versus another day. And with the goal being that you take that information and, run with it and say, okay, this is what I'm looking to improve, or this is the direction I'm looking to go in my life. So this particular day is going to be more advantageous for me than another day. Okay, so that's going to be really key, because in sidereal or Vedic astrology, it can be used as a particular remedy. Astrology is not fatalistic in the sense where something can be in the stars, so to speak, but we have a say. We do make decisions, and we have a role in the movie script, so to speak. So so let's get into, let's ask the question: which particular day of the week is advantageous for you? Now, before I get into that, let's just talk briefly about fasting one day a week. One day a week is a very, very powerful practice. I myself have been doing it for a number of years. My day has usually been Sunday. I will fast on other days, but 95% of the time it's been Sunday, and I'll go into that a little later. But if you fast one day a week for every week of the year, we have 52 weeks in our calendar year. So that's 52 days where you have fasted throughout a year. And again, that's almost 2 months. And the thing is that it does work in a cumulative fashion, meaning that you can fast 52 days straight and you can get great results. However, if you're not necessarily overweight or toxics on heavy medications, if you don't have serious health issues, and this is more of a maintenance thing, then obviously 52 days spread out over a year will be highly advantageous versus you trying to do a 52-day fast, or even a 40, or anything over 3 weeks, in my opinion. So doing a fast one day a week is a great practice. It really keeps us in tune. We do a lot of things weekly. If you work, Monday through Friday, you have the weekend off. If again, it's a longer cycle, longer than a 24-hour cycle, but it's like the next rhythm, where we have a repeat. So, within that rhythm, within that cycle, we want to exercise or really put to rest our digestive organs for at least a 24 to 36 hour period. And even if you don't fast, you can still use it as an opportunity to eat less. So, being that I eat all raw foods, either I will eat more fruit on that day, or I'll just eat fruit on that day, because just by eating fruit, fruit is mostly water. It's very close to, it's very similar to being on a fast. Your body's going to have somewhat of a rest. It's going to, have some, there's going to be some detoxification going on. No, not at the same level if you were just doing water or fresh juice or coconut water, but nonetheless, you will still get the benefits. Now, what is the purpose of, fasting for, on this day versus another day? Well, again, once we understand and once we go through the energies of each day, then again, you can enhance that energy in your life. And that's really the reason we want to be conscious or be aware of each particular day and what each day is bringing. Okay. So let's start with let's go back to our question and say, what day is best for you to fast? Now let's start with our first day. We're gonna start with Sunday. Sunday, of course, is associated with our sun. Sunday is the sun is our brightest star. When the sun rises, no other stars are visible except for the moon. And we only see the moon if it's in position based on our position here on Earth. So it really says a lot in terms of this sun energy. It's obviously a hot energy. The sun warms our planet. The sun is responsible for really all life on Earth in terms of the food we eat, the energy. We understand the importance of getting sun on our skin. The sun is actually food. So the sun is a big time player in this. And obviously all of the other planets rotate around the sun. The sun is the center. Okay, so really the question is like, what are some of the pros and cons of fasting on a Sunday? Or what is some of the energy that is more present on Sunday, given the sun's influence on us? Well, the sun is just that. The sun is the central or the center of attention. The sun is the leader, the king. The sun is dominant in a sense. So these are some attributes that if you're looking to enhance in your life, in terms like you may want to take on a leadership position. You may want to become more entrepreneurial in terms of starting your business. You may have walked into a management position. The sun is going to enhance all of those qualities. So I've naturally fasted on Sunday. It was merely not with those intentions per se. It was really more in sync with my schedule. But I've seen, because I've fasted on Sunday, I definitely feel that has assisted me in business. It has assisted me with my life's work. Definitely, it has made a difference, I would say, versus if I was fasting on another day of the week. So What are some of the cons of fasting on a Sunday? Well, some of the negative attributes of the sun's energy is becoming too domineering, egotistical, dictatorial. Um, so those are some of the negative aspects. And if you find that that is something that you are dealing with, or that's something that you're maybe already prone to doing, then the sun may not be the best day for you to fast on, because as it can enhance the positive, it can also enhance the negative. So, food for thought. Let's move on to Monday. Now, Monday is associated with our moon. And what does the moon represent? Well, the moon represents our mother, and it is definitely the mother of our solar system. And what does the mother represent? Well, the mother represents everything that a true mother would: nurturing, caring, giving birth, devotion, um, just being committed. And it also governs the ability to go into trance, which we all do on certain levels. But the moon is going to rule where our sun is going to rule. Like, say, if we break the mind into two parts, being conscious mind and subconscious mind, the sun is our conscious mind and the moon is our subconscious mind. Now, me doing this video, I'm operating primarily on my conscious mind, but my subconscious mind takes over during the evening hours. So you can make an argument, well, which one is more influential or powerful? I would definitely say the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind, even though it's not active per se, the subconscious mind represents really our spiritual mind, in the sense that, yes, we can think and reason and communicate, and all of those things we use our conscious mind, but essentially what we do and who we are is our subconscious. So the moon is associated, when we go into that like trance-like state where we're daydreaming, or we're thinking, or our mind is just wandering off, that is also associated with our moon. So that energy is very, very, very powerful. And again, because our moon is associated with the mother, we can also associate the mother with healing. Nurturing is healing. And, so if you want to, those are obviously a lot of the positive traits for fasting on the moon's day, or Monday. What are some of the negative attributes of fasting on a Monday? Well, if you are, because the moon is dealing with nurturing, and the moon is dealing with healing simultaneously. The moon, again, just like the sun, where we're dealing with this leader dictator dynamic. The moon is gonna rule our emotional self more than anything. So if you have emotional issues in terms of your connection with food, and food becomes a vice, Monday may not be the best day for you, because again, food is so powerful, and when it becomes emotional, which it is for most of us, if not all of us, the moon, fasting on the Monday is going to enhance. Again, it can enhance in a positive, and it can also enhance the negative aspects. So in a positive sense, especially if you're a woman and you like to, maybe increase your fertility, you'd like to become more nurturing, you'd like to become a better mother, or if you're a homemaker, you want to become a better wife, etc., etc. Just really encapsulate that mother type energy and even for us men, we can also, tap into those energies as well. Then Monday is definitely a good day to fast. But again, if we're dealing with emotions and like we have some issues to resolve and to work out, Monday may not be the day for you. Let's move forward to Tuesday. Tuesday is Mars Day, and Mars. When we talk about Mars, Mars deals with action, movement. Mars governs things like the military, sports, um, war. Anything that like the police. Those types of avenues Mars governs. And why would we want to fast on Mars? What are some of the positive attributes of Mars? Well, within us spiritually, Mars is going to enhance our courage, our assertiveness, our aggressiveness. These are some of the positive attributes of Mars. And if we're looking to, create action in our lives, then Tuesday could be an ideal day for you. Now, why would Tuesday be a not so ideal day for you? Well, again, on the flip side, because of Mars governs movement and action, Mars, some of the negative attributes, especially in terms of in a health perspective, you could be prone to accident. You could be confrontational, just overly aggressive. And so if these are some of the things that you are currently dealing with, then Mars may not be the ideal day for you in terms of a day that you would want to fast on. Because again, like I said, it can enhance the positive and it could also enhance the negative. Let's move on to Wednesday. Wednesday is Mercury's day, and Mercury governs education, information, technology, details, logistics. Very logical, it's very analytical. So Wednesday, if you're looking to become more communicative, if you're going to be doing like more speaking, if you're working with technology, if you are doing anything that Mercury rules all of those things. You're working in the educational system. Wednesday or Hump Day could be the day for you to fast. Again, it's going to enhance all of those different things. Like say if you find yourself doing some editing work, you find yourself doing detail-oriented work, or if you find that you lack the mental capability to go over details, then you want to strengthen that part of your spirit, then Wednesday is a good day for you. Why would Wednesday not be a good day for you? Well, if you already tend to be overly analytical or overly critical or overly detailed, or you just find yourself to really be over communicative, i.e. gossiping or just overly talkative, again, you don't want to necessarily enhance that energy. You're trying to turn that energy down. So Wednesday may not be such the ideal day for you. Okay. Let's move on to Thursday. Thursday, definitely, I think after I go through Thursday could be one of a lot of yous, a lot of you listening favorites, because I think everybody likes Jupiter. Again, Thursday is governed by Jupiter. Well, what does Jupiter rule? Jupiter. When you think about Jupiter, Jupiter is expansion. So it could be expansion of wealth. It could be expansion of ideas, knowledge. It could be expansion. It could even be physical expansion, meaning that you may gain weight. So there's two sides to every coin, and obviously in our universe we can't always expand. We have to contract and have that balance. But Jupiter is usually associated with good luck and expansion. It's also associated with wisdom and truth. So why would Jupiter be a good day, or why would Thursday be a good day for you to fast? Well, if you're trying to create more luck in your life, if you're trying to expand your business or expand your position, if you're trying to really grow, if you're looking to just take on new things, new projects, again, it's all about expansion, growth, good luck. And I'm sure all of us can find something in our area, some area in our life where we would like to experience some good luck. Who doesn't like good luck? So again, these are all the reasons why you may want to fast on a Thursday. Also, again, I mentioned that Thursday or Jupiter is associated with wisdom and truth. With wisdom and truth, again, comes not just information, but the appropriate use of that information, which is like true knowledge, and that's why we say truth. So again, if you want to become that person that is more knowledgeable, that can almost be sage-like, see into the future, make good decisions. Again, this is all comes from wisdom, from truth, and all of us could use that. And I think that's why Jupiter is, associated with the word luck, because I think when we make decisions, that is when we're almost like looking into the future and we almost know what's going to happen as a result of what already happened. People term that as like good favor, or or good luck. So again, these are all like very powerful attributes that any one of us could use in our lives. So again, we got to ask the opposite question: why wouldn't you want to? Who wouldn't want more luck or more expansion in their lives? Well, there are some reasons. Again, there's two sides to every coin. There are some reasons why we wouldn't want to fast on a Thursday. Well, again, like I said, Jupiter deals with expansion, and expansion is, again, not necessarily a good thing. If we expand too fast, if you find yourself, being, let's say if you have a business and you're looking to expand it, but expand it too fast, again, you may not want to fast on a Thursday, in terms of, because you need to sometimes it's better to contract in order for your business to get stronger, because when something expands, it can get weaker. But also, if you find, we all know that person that knows it all, and obviously no one knows it all, but like that person that that is a know-it-all, like you can't tell them anything. And of course, how would that person know that is an issue with them if no one's keeping it real with them? So yeah, if you find yourself, if you have that awareness of yourself, you say, well, yes, I tend to be a know-it-all, but I don't know any know-it-alls that would admit to that. which is so interesting. But yes, we all familiar with those kind of people. I'm sure all of you know at least one person that's in your life somewhat that could tend to be a know-it-all. If you find yourself to be, again, overly optimistic, I mean, a lot of these character traits is so interesting with this energy, this Jupiterian energy, that, I guess my concern saying this is that I don't know if people really have the wherewithal to decipher that these are some of the these are potential issues. Now, if you find yourself where you because the thing is with know-it-alls, it's hard for them to receive any sort of counsel or information outside of their own heads. So again, I would definitely, but if I was in the situation, or if you're that person listening right now and you find yourself to be prone to those kinds of things, then Thursday would not be your day. Okay. Let's move on to Friday. Friday, again, is probably could be another favorite, but then not be a favorite, because Friday associated with Venus, and Venus deals with deals with everything that deals with creativity and beauty and pleasure. So we may not necessarily associate with our pleasure day with a fasting day per se. However, if you're an artist, if you are if you're somebody that is really called on to be creative, to be artistic, I would consider Venus or Friday to be a day, or at least an option, because that artistic energy is going to be enhanced. That pleasure energy is going to be enhanced. Also, pleasure, or Venus, governs relationships. So if you're looking for relationship, if you're looking for more sensuality in your life, then Friday will be a good day for you to fast on. Why would Friday not be a good day? Well, if you find yourself to lack discipline and to be always seeking pleasure, then Friday would be a good day, but then it could also be a bad day, because it can also enhance that energy. Generally, people will look for pleasure on a Friday. So if you find yourself to be that pleasure seeker, maybe Friday, even though it could enhance it energetically, just the opportunity, because opportunities probably are greater on a Friday because it's Venus Day, and you're saying, no, I'm going to do without. In fact, I'm going to fast. That could be, again, you could be flipping the other side of the coin and saying, like, okay, I'm not giving in to the energy of this day. And so those would be some of the things to think about when not considering fasting on or to not consider fasting on a Friday. Last but not least, and it's very I will probably spend more time with Saturday more than the others, because, well, number one, Saturday is going to fall on our weekend, and I think just by default Saturday may be a day that most of you go with because of schedule restraints or schedule opportunities. But when we look at Saturday or Saturn's day, Saturday, or when we talk about Saturn, Saturn and fasting are like if there's any planet that would be ruling or have rulership over the whole art and practice of fasting, it would be Saturn, because Saturn deals with discipline, restriction, and time. It also deals with power. It's very powerful. Fasting is a powerful practice, and I want to get into each of those attributes. You know, obviously, you know, with fasting, we're restraining or restricting ourselves. Um, so that in and of itself is enhancing that energy or that quality. Number two, the discipline. You know, I mean, we can't achieve anything in life without discipline. Uh, and then number three, we talked about time. And I'm going to spend a little bit time on the time factor because Saturn rules time. Well, why does Saturn rule time? Well, in my eye, because when we look at Saturn, uh, or we look at that Saturnal energy, uh, things happen over a longer period of time when dealing with Saturn versus the other energies. Like, for example, Mercury, things are happening quick, 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 quick. You know, all the things that are created. If we look at it, Mercury, because Mercury is quick, is mental. It's dealing with the mind, and the mind is working quick. So with Saturn, we're dealing with like an opposite energy, and with Saturn, things it's like like building a wall brick by brick, and if you build it right, slow and methodical, because that's what Saturn represents: slow, methodical, habitual. All the things I talked about in part 1 and part 2 of this video, and what fasting represents and how it can have an influence, is that when we're dealing with the time factor and things taking forever, it seems, that's what Saturn is about. Like you don't know when it's going to happen, or it seems like it's going to happen, but it's going to take forever. And so Saturn is not concerned about quick results. If anything, Saturn is like the longer the better, because Saturn is about building foundations. And, we all want a good foundation of health. So Saturday, is a great day to fast, not just because it's on the weekend, but because it rules time, number one. Now, when we're fasting, a lot of people like to say that time slows down. So if you're really trying to slow down time, stop eating. Trust me, when you're feeling those hunger pains, time can't move fast enough. So again, these are all, no matter what day of the week that you may fast on, that Saturnal influence is going to be there. But just to fast on the Saturday itself, it's going to doubly be there. The last attribute in terms of Saturn and what Saturn is dealing with is power. All of us want to, whether we admit it or not, we all want to become more powerful in our lives. Just like in when we spoke about Jupiter, we all would like to become more knowledgeable and to have better vision and luck in our lives. One thing about Saturn, because it rules time and it also rules in terms of emotions, it really, where we have the moon, which is again dealing directly with our emotional body. Saturn is the controller of our emotions. So Saturn, when we're dealing with Saturn, we're just dealing with control. And in terms of our physical selves, that means control of our emotions. So when we're talking about Saturn, in terms of power, one thing that power calls for is the control of our emotions. If we find ourselves in a situation where, we're the ones in control, and the person or situation we're dealing with is not in control, then who has the advantage? The person in control. the other thing, because I said there is a time factor with Saturn. You're not concerned about when something is going to happen. You're just going to do the work necessary to set into motion what it is that you need, and however long it takes is however long it takes. Like I said, you're just concerned about building your foundation the right way. And so again, these are all really powerful and strong attributes that we can all strengthen in our lives. What are some of the things that what are some of the reasons why we wouldn't want to fast on a Saturday? Well, Saturn, in the negative, some of the negative aspects of Saturn is that if you find yourself to be a person who overthinks, who overplans, who is very rigid, then these are some of the things that you don't necessarily want to enhance. Like you found that it's work, like some of those attributes that associated with Saturn in the negative are actually hindering your progress and your growth and development as a person. So those are some of the things, to think about. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, we're doing this, or at least for this one, we did it in 2 parts. And, you can give me your feedback. Should I just put it on one video, or should I break these videos up into series? Let me know. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you got something out of it. And see you next time.